Hello and welcome back to episode 23 of Peaking into Success podcast. Today we have on a man who has reinvented the game shows on TV and given them a football spin. We have Luke Pingu. Hello Luke, how are we today?
Very good. Nice to be back in Derby. Been living in Oxford for the last few years and now I'm back in the own town, which is good.
What we like to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I bet you'll be able to go to more Derby games now you're here.
Literally, first week I got back, bought my season ticket, and I was just like, yeah, get me straight in. I didn't even wait for the reallocation, so I had to get. So they end the tickets at July 31st, or June 31st, sorry. So I just had to pick any seat that I could just to get one.
Whereabouts are you based? Because I've got a season ticket. I've got one this season.
I've got an East Stand.
I've got an East Stand.
Yeah, East Stand upper.
Same.
Right,
That's
good.
That's really weird. That is so
it's just
weird.
the best view, really, for me.
It is.
You get a bit of atmosphere as well. It's not South Stand just crazy. I can't deal with that because my voice. I need to not shout for 90 minutes.
No, 100%. And I mean, it's that FIFA view, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. You got the side on. Yeah.
So let's talk about your illustrious 9-year career on YouTube. So how did it all start for you?
I can't remember, honestly. It's been so long. It's I must have started, must have been 16, 17 when I started. And that would have been just as I'm leaving secondary school. I think I originally started with Call of Duty and then moved on to Derby Career Mode, and that kind of got some views. And obviously being a local, I had a few friends watched it and stuff like that. So that was the start. That got me to probably 6k subscribers in about 5 or 6 years, roughly. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but yeah.
And then, of course, from there, did it kind of take off with the game shows? How were they created for you? How did you think of that concept?
Yeah, so graduated during lockdown and I was applying for jobs and doing Zooms, talking to people come and do some editing for us and stuff like that. It was stuff like funeral places and making tribute videos for people, not the kind of dream, but it kind of forced me into having to make YouTube work, and that's where I used my knowledge from visual effects and stuff like that to create the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which was kind of my first hit in a way. That got me to I think it was about 15 to 20,000 subscribers, which was a massive boost. Overnight, literally tens of thousands of views, and it's just, you don't really know what you're going to do because it's just a bit crazy. And I didn't really know anyone at that point, so getting guests was quite interesting. I knew Tom and Curbs and about 2 or 3 other people, but other than that, I was just panicking, who am I going to get on this week? So luckily, because everyone's so nice, it kind of fell into place quite well.
Nice. And I mean, now you're getting everyone and anyone on all of your shows, and kind of is nice because you've got a collection of game shows you can go off. Mm-hmm. You can reuse the guests as well, and people, I mean, Oakley you have on quite a lot, don't you? You have, nice. So it's nice that you see them familiar faces on your channel, as well as, of course, I feel like he's adapted it into his own show as well, hasn't he? Yeah. So you've inspired other FIFA YouTubers to do.
People I watched all these people growing up as a kid, and to inspire them to make something different with their content's kind of crazy, isn't it? I don't know. I like just talking to people that I watched their videos as a kid, and now I get to make fun with them.
Who is your the guest that you have on that kind of brings the best out of you, do you feel? I'm not going to say your best guest, but who brings the most out of you when you record with them?
Probably Cat Good Tom, because I've done it the most with him. It's probably at this point, it's probably about 150 videos with him alone.
Oh, really?
Something maybe that's an over-exaggeration. It feels like that, but yeah. Me and Tom go back years and years, just on his Twitch streams and stuff like that. But he kind of gave me that kickstart. Without him, I don't think I would have had these opportunities. So I'm grateful for what he's done.
That's nice. Is there kind of another series that you've got in the works? So, of course, you've got Tic-Tac-Toe, which is kind of blowing up everywhere for you at the moment. Is there kind of a new show in the work that's going to replace that, or are you enjoying doing Tic-Tac-Toe at the moment?
I've got ideas. I want to kind of keep it a little less, kind of more generic, anyone can kind of watch video, not just football. Yeah. I kind of mastered the football and FIFA bit, so I need to be more in a way, Mr. Beast, like, Cyberman. They're the ones that do well, clearly.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a bigger audience. If you're going just down football, you're niching yourself off to different sections of people.
That's true. I mean, of course, it all started with FIFA and it's kind of adapted to football. You're kind of growing your market, aren't you? So it's kind of nice to see that evolution of you. And I mean, your knowledge of football now just shows, I mean, like, you already, of course, you already can see now when someone else is picking teams, you know kind of what goes to help you out, which is interesting. Do you do, of course, research on the teams and kind of players, or is it playing so much you just know?
Just, a decade of just... Basically, my nights consist of going through Wikipedia and going through people's careers, where they've gone, and then other players, and just... really, really boring stuff, but it makes you nerd and it makes you good at tic-tac-toe. That's what you got to do. A decade.
But I mean, at least it's creating good content now when you're reaping the rewards of it.
These hours wasted in a way.
You've mentioned, of course, Derby.
Yep.
And that you've got a season ticket. Where did your love for Derby come from?
Just the family, really. My uncles both have... my uncle's got a season ticket and he's had it for years, and then just goes back through my mum's family. It's a bit weird because my dad and brother, my dad's alright with it, but my brother just couldn't care less about football. He just doesn't watch it at all. He's more music based. But yeah, I just obviously playing Sunday League from 4 or 5 year old until 18. That's pretty much what I did as a kid.
Nice.
That's life.
You've mentioned your family there. When you were, of course, starting 9 years ago, did they understand what YouTube was, or do they understand it now?
I don't think I told them, to be honest, for the first few years. It was one of those things where I think I used my birthday money to get the Elgato. Obviously, I had the Xbox 360 at that point.
Yeah.
So I got the Elgato, and I was kind of just making the career mode stuff. And I don't know, they understand it now. My mum's really supportive of my dad and stuff, which is nice. But yeah. I don't think I really had a point where I went, I'm going to do this full time, but they just kind of followed it anyway.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice, yeah.
At least you've got supportive people around you. And now coming back to Derby, you're around that supportive network again, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, of course, you've spoken about your career. What do you see as your biggest achievement or your career high so far?
Just making it make money. I think the amount of people that will try to be a successful YouTuber and it won't become anything monetizable. That's the problem. They go into it trying to be monetizable, whereas you need to go into it just to make entertaining videos, and that will make money. Yeah. It's that kind of mindset. I didn't think The Millionaire... I knew it would be fun to do that kind of thing and question these people than, this will do well in terms of views. That's how I thought it through.
No, nice. And that kind of moves on nicely to the defining moment. Do you think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was the defining moment, or is there something a video before that sticks out in your mind?
No, probably The Millionaire. That's the one. They've even the official Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Twitter's following me and stuff. So
really?
I'm hoping one day Jeremy Clarkson gets the sack and then I can have it.
There you go. Take that job. Or even if they did it for there's a Derby page, so even if they did it like that and you could get Derby players on, it'd be nice to grow it in some capacity. Yeah. So, of course, you've mentioned Tic-Tac-Toe's kind of the episode that comes out 3 times a week religiously. What are you up to now? So is it still Tic-Tac-Toe, or are you working on other videos as well?
So yeah, I've hired an editor in the last couple of days to start editing those Tic-Tac-Toes and kind of automate that process so I don't have to spend as much time, because they take a lot of time. I really appreciate the work he does as well, editing those, because it's a factor of putting all the graphics on top of each other, and it's about 20 to 30 layers in a Premiere Pro scene. If you know anything about editing, that's a lot of work. That's 7-8 hours of just pure clicking away, and it's just not nice. But yeah, I don't know what I'm really going to do next. I think I've kind of got fortunate that I've stumbled upon these things, and hopefully I do the same with the next one. But I think something a bit more in real life kind of thing would be cool. But it's just making that work. That's the challenge.
100%. Do you, of course, we mentioned this kind of off recording, but do you find it hard to try and source newer YouTubers now, as well as, of course, because you're in Derby, is it harder to try and connect with people up here?
I would like, it's more, you kind of have to get an understanding of who to ask and when to ask. That's a big challenge, I think, knowing the time to kind of ask for that favour, and you have to build up the rapport with these people over years and years. Sometimes it will just drop out of nowhere. Oh, so-and-so, like, Run the Foot Market literally DM me out of nowhere. If you don't know who he is, he's a massive, like, probably top 3 streamers in the FIFA scene. Out of nowhere, oh, do you want to do a FIFA Millionaire? And then, those kind of lucky moments happen. There's a lot of luck involved, but timing is a massive factor to getting the people on.
Yeah, no, that's wicked. So we're moving on to a bit of the, like, more darker part, I call it, the more depressing bit. Is there one piece of advice that you'd give your younger self? So maybe 9 years ago, you've made that first YouTube video. What kind of advice are you going to give to yourself?
Just don't stop uploading. It's weird though, because you say that and a lot of people will just kind of just stick with the Derby career road. I think you need to your first 100 videos are going to be awful, so just kind of disregard what you're doing. You're kind of just learning how to do the process. It's not on another day I don't do that millionaire and I'm not sat here right now. That's the kind of thing, like, it is very luck based. YouTubers, obviously the personalities will come to the top, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I think there is a lot of luck like that. I've got to be lucky at the end of the day.
Did with the, of course, your uni work kind of helped you with, of course, creating concepts and building the graphic design?
Yeah.
Kind of, did you know how to do the editing and other kind of cogs to the kind of bigger picture of YouTube, or did you kind of learn that as you've gone along over the years?
A little bit of both. I think the uni definitely helped in that, pushing it to that next level. I see a lot of people starting up and then they're not earning anything off YouTube and they're hiring editors for like £150 and asking them to edit a video, which is like, even if that video made any money, you're looking at maybe £2 or £3 back. So that's the crazy side. You kind of have to do it yourself from the start, or else it's just not possible. Like, you're not got an unlimited amount of money to make these videos from the get-go. Maybe some people do. Most people are starting off as a kid, and you got to learn how to edit. I think that's probably the biggest tip I'd give somebody.
Nice.
Yeah.
And of course, you've been able to work with your people you aspired to work with. So of course, your younger self looking back and looking forward to you now. Mm-hmm. You work with so many names, and so many good people, and even people like not in England you've worked with. I've seen you've dabbled with a lot of Canadians recently and stuff like that. So kind of you're building your market as well worldwide, never mind just nationally to England.
Yeah. I like the fact that you can do it with any creator. There's no limitations in terms of, we've got to make in this position in the world. Like, it's literally just whatever you want, just pop your camera on.
That's it, exactly. Is there anything that you'd do differently if you could do it all again? So,
as I said, luck's a massive factor, so I wouldn't want to do it in a different way because I don't think you get the same outcome.
Okay.
I think a little part of me thinks, if I did Millionaire like 1 or 2 years earlier, then I would probably be on the double amount of subscribers kind of thing, because it was that kind of time now where YouTube's turned into more view-based than subscriber-based.
Yeah.
So you'll see people with like really high sub counts probably getting the same amount of views as me. So subscribers don't really mean anything anymore, which is kind of good because it means then people that do well with the algorithm don't need subscribers. So
as I saw on one of your videos, it may have been a couple of months ago, when you put the graphic in the left corner of the subscribed, not subscribed, and wasn't it like 93 point something percent?
75, but still, it's a majority of people don't subscribe to you. Like, I think most of it is like people watching it on a device, like a TV, for example, where you don't really sign into YouTube and they'll watch it, or they'll be on like their mum's iPad or something like that. So, like, they don't. Yeah, I still get a lot of comments, which is great, which obviously helps with getting views, and that's one factor of making like the trivia-based stuff people want to put their opinion in and what they think. So there. I don't know. It'd be nice to hit 100k one day just for the plaque.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're over halfway there now, aren't you? So it's doable. Do Do you think the YouTube scene has changed a lot? So, say, for example, you starting up 9 years ago and someone wanting to start in 2023, do you think it's changed a lot? Do you think it's more of a more vast market, so you're having to bring out them gems?
A little bit. I think if you're doing the right thing, you basically got to upload on about 5 different platforms now. You got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. Like, they're the 5. You kind of have to be good at all of them. And I'm not really good at Twitch. I don't really stream at all.
Yeah.
But as long as I think TikTok's been a massive factor. That's definitely pushed numbers. Because you'll just get people flicking for hours and hours. And obviously you've seen, I think, like Facebook, YouTube, they all have similar TikTok, like shorts, basically. They're the way that people are found now, which was never a thing back when I started. It was all long form. So.
And is there a way of you seeing people coming from, say, TikTok or Facebook or Instagram onto your YouTube page? Can you see kind of them links to them pages? Yeah.
You basically see it through like the browser search. There's like all the analytics on where people have come from, what country, and how old they are. All these stuff that sponsors want. They want to know all this information. It's like, I don't really understand it, which I probably should, but yeah, it's one of those where I think nowadays it's probably easier to get that lift, but then once you've got the lift, you've got to keep it sustainable. That's the interesting part.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to do a guest to player question just to see your knowledge. Of course, usually on your show, you do 5 clubs. I'm going to do the whole career, so I'm gonna start from the beginning and work down.
Okay.
I tried to pick someone that I know you'll know, but I think their career is quite interesting. So the first team is St Ives Town.
St Ives, that could be anyone.
That's why I picked it.
Say Shay Given.
Okay,
like no,
it's not Shay Given. The next club is Newport County.
Potentially Welsh. Robbie Savage?
No.
He was Man United.
Yeah. We're going more known teams now, so we've moved to Peterborough United.
Peterborough. Something like a Chris Gunter. I'm just going down the Welsh. That's what I go off. I start where you... Yeah,
exactly. It's nice to see your brain churning the information.
There's a lot of editing usually between the gaps. I'm just doing it off the cuff quickly.
No, it's good. It's good to see it naturally. This is where he's got his most appearances for. Right. So QPR. 92 appearances.
Only 92. That's not a lot for St. Ives. But then he's obviously going on to different clubs.
Yeah.
Gary O'Neill. Someone like that.
No.
Am I going too niche?
No. I think I'm not going to lie. I think all your guesses, bar one, are kind of in the ballpark I thought you'd be in.
Yeah.
So then we move to Sheffield United for a season.
United. That's the link where I need to work it out. That's where I'll know it from. Ravel Morris? No, he's not played 92 games. Somebody.
We're getting closer though. Charlton Athletic.
Darren Bent?
No, he started at Charlton, I think. Rotherham United.
Against some great clubs. Connor Washington.
Banged it.
There we go.
I was going to say he just signed for Derby at the end. That's why I picked him up.
The QPR Charlton is the one where I got it. But
but that's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting to see how your mind works of working them out. And I mean, I'm not even going to lie, like your first shout of Shay Given was a coach at Derby, so I was like, fair play. I've got some more kind of quick fire questions, so kind of whatever you think, kind of bring it to light. So of course, if you're in a pub, what's your go-to karaoke song if you're getting up?
Neil Diamond, probably. Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
That's about it. That's my level. No, Tiny Dancer.
Everyone gets involved, don't they? So you're not singing it on your own.
Yeah. That helps.
What's your go-to meal? So if there's a chef here, he's going to make you one thing that you ask for. What are you asking for?
I'm quite a foodie person, as I did a year as a chef. What do I like? That's such a tough question.
I
That's the
know,
toughest
I know.
so far. It's like your death row kind of meal. What do you want at the end? What do I like? It's weird because like you go through like you really want something one day and then the next day you're like no.
You do go through stages.
Yeah.
I agree.
A nice sea bass,
Sea bass.
Yeah.
That's nice.
like a nice big sea bass with
And-
some salad.
Anywhere in particular, or is it kind of like home cooked? You want?
So I've got family from Sardinia, which is an island off Italy. So my uncle would catch him himself and
Okay.
then cook them that evening. So it's like that kind of like aspect to it makes it, it's literally fresh from the sea.
Yeah,
And
that's nice.
just don't check on the bones.
Of course, you're wearing a Stuttgart
Yep.
shirt today.
Yeah.
What's your favourite football shirt? So it can be one that you aspire to get,
Hmm.
or one that you already own in your collection.
I like the Stuttgart one, to be honest. It's a nice, the red and the white aspect to it with the retro. To be honest, I'd like the new Derby shirt. I don't know why it's not on sale yet.
The home
The
shirt.
season starts in less than, what is it, about 3 weeks. Well, it depends when this comes out. But
Yeah.
literally about 2-3 weeks away from the season and nobody's got a shirt yet. For
No.
me. So probably that one.
I mean,
New
that's
Derby
that's
I
it.
do quite like it, the red like design on the new shirt for next season. It'd be interesting to see how the away and the third kit are.
I'm
there-
hoping for a black away kit this
Yeah.
season.
What was the last seasons were awful. Not all three of them. Just like I didn't buy any of last season's.
I got the goalkeeper shirt in short sleeves, but I
Yeah,
got it in the
yellow
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What else? I don't know really. Like an old, like I like retro. I think they're kind of cool. Maybe an old retro Derby one, but I've probably got them. Well, my uncle's probably got them somewhere, so I'll just take him off him.
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, who's your current favourite Derby player? So I know that over the past couple of seasons we've had a lot of outgoings, ingoings.
Can't say Jason Knight anymore.
No, he's gone literally
I think that
today.
was a good
hasn't he?
deal though. We got 2 million and Kane Wilson, so I think business-wise it makes
Yeah,
sense.
100%.
I think I'm happy with that. And he didn't really fit Warren's system, Knight anyway. Like he's a good player, but you kind of have to be resourceful at this point. That's another tricky question. It's like choosing your favourite child.
Mine's Wildsmith at the moment. I think
Yeah, I
he just
think
was so
current-
impactful last season.
Yeah, current squad. Cash in. It's got to be
Cash in.
Cash in for me. Just wins the ball back every time.
Agreed. What's your prediction for the season? So, what will make you happy?
Promotion.
Promotion.
That's the kind of, last season was the kind of like transition. We kind of Cloud's taken over the club and putting those foundations in. We've now got a place where we could start this season and actually go. Like Warren's got the signings he's got. I think 8 now.
Yeah.
Probably 10 by the time this goes up. I think we need a few more strikers at the minute. I think 1 or 2 more would be nice. Probably a loan. But yeah, I think we got to get top 2. I don't want to go through the playoffs because you saw last season with Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough game.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it shows even with Sheffield getting promoted, they sacked the manager anyway, didn't they? So
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. Getting rid of Darren Moore, got promoted. Same with Gary O'Neill getting sacked from Bournemouth. That was weird.
No, I don't agree with that. I think he was
He's achieved what he set out to do. Like you can't sack him for whatever reason.
Exactly, and it shows that it was majority of the backroom staff the same at Bournemouth, and Scott Parker went to Bruges and couldn't do anything there. So
Yeah.
it shows that none of the backroom staff were the problem there.
No.
But I don't really know. But I think the players he's got in are good, especially I like the look of like Sonny Bradley and stuff like
He's
that.
a leader.
So
Yeah. I'm a little bit sad Curtis Davis got let go. I understand he's 38 now, but I'd like him for this like last 10 minutes kind of thing. Come on and
yeah, show the
just
experience.
Just a hero.
That's it.
He's an absolute leader.
What is your dream collaboration on YouTube? So if there's one person that you could go out and get any YouTuber to come on one of your shows, which show would it be firstly, and then who would you want?
I think Road to Shore. That would be really nice. Obviously, Harry's just a character. Very similar, like in a way similar to Danny Aaron's. But yeah, Harry's just that kind of probably the person in my field. Anyway, if you're going like more broad, probably Mr. Beast because that'd get the most views.
Yeah.
that's kind of a boring answer, but yeah, Harry would be a nice
You'd
one,
want him blue jumper, throwing the chair around the room when you get in a 3 in the row.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be interesting because, of course, he swaps up his allegiances of what club he actually supports, doesn't he? So it'd be interesting to actually know his knowledge on football.
Yeah.
And my last quick fire question to you is, you've got someone coming to Derby for the first time. What is the one gem of Derby that you're showing them?
The funny thing is, tomorrow is my girlfriend's birthday and her parents are coming for the first time to Derby. So you've literally, you've lined this up for me, and now I've got to work out, what do you do in Derby? I think the actual, wildlife aspect of Derby, there's so many parks here, that, when I was living in Oxford, I think there's about 1 or 2 parks in Oxford, and they're quite small.
Okay.
Whereas in Derby, you've got massive, huge acreage just to kind of just explore and walk around, massive forests. So that's what I like about Derby. It's a very open, white space. You've got a lot of freedom to do what you want.
Are you going to plan on taking the girlfriend's parents to any park tomorrow?
Probably. We'll see how the weather is, if it doesn't rain. Yeah.
Finally, just to wrap up, kind of, where can people find you? What's your name on there?
Luke Pingu on everything, just anywhere you want. TikTok, YouTube. YouTube's probably the main one. But yeah, I think I've started, Threads last week. I don't quite understand how that works, the new Instagram.
I can't work that out either, so...
It's one of those things where you got to learn something new, as else you fall behind. And I just can't be bothered to deal with all these different apps all day. You just glued to your phone and your computer. And
that's it. You need it. That's the next investment for you, a social media person for you.
But I can't get some of the people I've met at these events, and they're social media managers. I'm just I imagine there's no personality behind it. You can see when an account isn't run by a person, it's run by these companies.
Yeah.
Where they just put out these automated tweets, and it's just oof.
No,
to me, you got to be a creator yourself and do it all. That's what I thrive to do.
Yeah, and I mean, it shows your personality, and people can get a feel for you personally, and it's more natural. So, no, I completely agree. But thank you for coming on and spending your time.
That's all good.
And hopefully everything goes well for your girlfriend's birthday and the family going to see some wildlife in Derbyshire.
Yeah.
No, wicked. Thank you.
That's all good. Thank you.
The Bless is open every day from 12 p.m, serving a wide range of beers, ciders, real ales and spirits. Their kitchen also provides handmade pizzas, loaded nachos, chicken strips and ice cream from 5:50 to 10:30 Monday to Thursday and 12 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Friday, Saturday and Sunday. The pub quiz is very popular with anyone that enjoys a good beer and a bit of a laugh with their mates. Taking place every Wednesday at 9 p.m, there's loads of prizes to be won, including £50 drinks vouchers for the winners and a bottle of wine for the best team name. Everyone's a winner. They also have a spacious function room available to hire that can hold up to 100 people. Wow, that's a lot. Perfect for birthday parties, work events, weddings and wakes. The Bless really comes to life at the weekends with their branded nights of Stone Love and Fully Loaded, where the DJs play alternative, indie and rock music spanning the generations until the early hours of 2 a.m. There really is something for everyone in what is arguably Derby's best pub.
Want to know what's happening within Derby's black community? Or perhaps you have a story of your own to share? Then look no further than Majatu, your one-stop source for local African and Caribbean news. With our digital news platform and quarterly print magazine, keep up to date on all of the latest in arts, entertainment, food, sports and more. Find us online at mojatu.com.